Cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
How do you take your tea?
How do I take my tea?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm not a big tea person. Neither am I a coffee person.
Okay.
I'm not a hot beverage person as such. But when I see other people consuming a hot beverage, I feel the pressure of consuming a hot beverage.
Reading a little bit about your story, and one thing that I thought was really cool is that your first acting role was Sancho Panza in Man of La Mancha.
Yeah,
and I love that musical. Do you like that musical?
What?
Yeah.
I have to be very honest with you. I just remember like a couple of songs from the play, and I actually don't remember much because it was almost like 12 years ago. It was the first time that I was in a space with so many other musicians and actors, and all of us would rehearse. And I had never experienced anything like that before, because I was always into sports. So we would have like our practice for sports day and stuff in school. So that was like a very different energy. But when I was with this team, that sort of where we would rehearse our lines and practice songs and just like get to bunk classes, and that was a lot of fun, man. Yeah, I don't remember how the play was really, but I remember the experience more than the play.
So your first role was in My Name Is Khan. Well, your first professional role. I remember seeing that. Right. I liked that a lot. And at that point, did you have any sort of mentors at that point?
No, nobody. I mean, I barely knew anybody in Bombay. I just 2 years into Bombay, I shot for the film. And as you said, right, like I was singing for Bombay Festival in 2000. I think it was December of 2007 or the summer of 2008. Somebody saw me and asked me if I was interested in acting, and I was just an excited 13-year-old kid, and I said, yes, why not? Let's try this out. And I just started going for auditions on weekends with my mother, and I actually auditioned for Shah Rukh Khan's son's role first. Okay. And my parents got really excited when they found out that, like I'm getting to audition for My Name Is Khan, and that Shah Rukh Khan's going to be the hero of the film. And so my father was like, come, I'll teach you how to do the scene. And then you can imagine how that went, because my father works at a bank and he has absolutely no idea or no relation with movies or like acting or whatever. So he took it upon himself, and he's like, I'll teach you how to do it. And like with a swagger in his step, and he taught me how to act. And then, I obviously didn't get the part then. And then 6 months later, I got called in for another audition from the same film. And this time they said it's for Shah Rukh Khan's younger version.
Yeah. You have quite a healthy relationship with failure as an artist. Like you're not afraid of it. I think you've talked about like failure has been a big part of your art. And I think we artists, sometimes we don't talk about that enough, whether it's in terms of rejection, but also in terms of like trying stuff and it not working. And I think it's quite good to hear like that the best stuff does come out of trying stuff, and not all of it lands.
Right. I mean, we just need to normalize it, man. We need to talk about it like our successes and like how absolutely, right? Because it is a big part of every artist, and not just an artist's journey. I think any person's journey in life. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to be extraordinarily lucky to not sort of go through a lot of failure before you achieve a lot of success, or whatever you call success.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important to be objective about failure, and not like, you can't help but be emotional about it, but you have to look at it in an objective sense as well, and see what you're getting out of it and how you can use it in the future. Yeah. And it's not something that comes to anybody naturally. I think it's something that you just like over a period of time, when it keeps like, it's like a rock that's on the shore, and like the waves keep like hitting the rock, and then over a period of time it just becomes resistant to it, and then it's like that. Yeah, you don't become like numb to it. You shouldn't become numb to it. I don't think becoming numb to it is the right way to. It needs to affect you. You need to feel it, but you can't be bogged down by it, right? I mean, it's easier said than done.
A lot of your acting heroes are like character actors, like Shah or Irfan Khan. And so like, what kinds of stories are you really drawn to?
I mean, growing up, I wasn't watching a lot of movies, to be very honest with you. I would actually watch the kind of movies that my brother would watch because he's 7 years older to me. So whatever he would put on TV, I would watch only that.
Sure, like a younger sibling, yeah.
Yeah, but we would fight, like we would have like our fights over the TV remote and stuff. But because he was 7 years older to me, when I was in the 5th grade, he was in the 12th grade, and then he left.
Okay.
And then, so before that, we used to watch whatever he used to watch, and then I used to watch like Cartoon Network.
What did you watch on Cartoon Network?
I watched cartoons like Courage the Cowardly Dog. I watched a lot of Roadrunner, a lot of Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter was the best. I love that.
And then I'd watch a lot of WWF. A lot of WWF. Like, that was my favorite thing to watch when I was growing up. And a lot of cricket, because my brother was a big cricket fan, still is.
Who are some of your heroes? Just off the top of your head, in creatives or not, in life in general?
My elder brother's been a very strong sort of inspiration for me. Very strong sort of influence over everything that I've done in my life. And yeah, all the choices that I've made have been learnings from his failures. So like the easiest of examples that I can give is, I wasn't big on reading, right? Like I was a kid who used to love being outdoors and like get dirty in the mud and play like from 4 p.m. to like 8:39 in the night, and then come back home and just pass out. But when I turned 17 or 18, I found myself gravitating towards people who were interested in reading, who wanted to discuss things, as opposed to people who just wanted to like, roam and chill.
Mm-hmm.
And then this realization hit me that if I wanted to be around these people, I had to pick these habits, and I had to sort of, if I wanted to participate in a conversation, I had to contribute to the conversation, right? And the only way to do it is inculcate this habit of like reading, of being more aware, and of like watching more, and of learning more. And my brother would always tell me this. He would keep, like, throughout my growing up years, my teenage years, my brother would constantly tell me, you should read, you should read. And I'd be like, nah, I don't want to read. My brother was really into reading, and I found it very boring. And then when I finally decided I have to do this, I asked my brother, where should I start from? Because I was so lost. I said, now I'm 19 years old. Like, I can't start from like a Famous Five or like a Hardy Boys. I mean, you can, but so where do you start? And then because he had been reading for all these years, he knew all the books that I could just skip and avoid.
Okay.
And because he's my brother, he knows what the things that I like and the things that I'm attracted to. So he would just recommend me those books, So I could just like skip all the unnecessary steps in life a lot of times, because my brother had already tried and tested those things. So in that way, I think, yeah, my brother has been like a very, very big sort of inspiration and motivation for me and for everything in life. I'm not sure if I have any on-screen heroes. I'm just thinking about it. I was hugely influenced by A.R. Rahman when I was a kid. I can't think of anybody else who's like, it's funny you ask me this, because I have a couch in my living room, and there's a space above the couch. And for the last 2 months, I've been thinking of getting a poster framed on top of that couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've wrecked my brains over what that poster could be. But I can't fix on one idea or one person or anything, because it suddenly hit me that I don't have anything like that in life. I don't have any one strong image or one strong actor, director, author, book. I love Forrest Gump. I watched it like 30-40 times, but apart from that, so it's very weird. Like I don't know how to answer that question really. So like,
I think your brother was a great answer. What's your brother's name?
His name is Vasisht Gautam.
Vasisht Gautam. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for inspiring Adarsh.
I'd
just like to say thank you so much for taking the time to speak. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, Sanj. Absolutely.
And I wish you all the best with awards season and with what you do next.
Thanks,
we'll be very excited to see it.
Thank you, Sanj.